What's up, guys? It's Scar here from theScore eSports here with Hakuho after a very close 2-1 victory against Apex. Hakuho, how do you feel about the games, man?
I feel really good now. We finally broke our losing streak, so I'm happy.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. So before this game, I think you guys were 1-4 in your last 5 games, maybe even 0-5. I want to ask, like, what happened to get to that point? Because you guys were so hot. You got 5-0. People were talking about TSM contenders, and all of a sudden you guys kind of fell off the face of the planet.
After the initial TSM and C9 games, I think we lost confidence and went into a slump, and it was hard to get out of it for the past few weeks, but we're improving, so hopefully we'll get back to our old stride.
I noticed or heard that you guys moved into a new gaming house. Has that kind of helped break you guys out of that losing funk?
Yeah, I think moving into the new house was super good. It's a super nice house and new environment, so I think it helped everybody reset.
The games happened, and I'm just curious. Looking from the outside looking in, both EnVy and Apex were kind of on the downswing. Both of you guys were losing a lot of games. All of a sudden, Apex starts winning. They take a game off C9, and they're starting to look hot, a little bit hot. Yeah. And you guys maybe still on the downswing. Were you guys kind of afraid of Apex after you saw their games the other day?
We aren't afraid. We knew this game was really important just because we're close in score, but we aren't afraid of any of our opponents really. We just go and trying to play our best and win.
So I see that you actually play a ton of Trundle Support. And the biggest question I want to ask you is just, why are you the last Trundle Support remaining? No one else in North America, even solo queue, plays Trundle anymore after the nerfs, but you still play them. Just give me a reason.
I mean, the nerfs didn't change support Trundle at all, actually. It's the exact same champion that it's always been. I don't play in solo queue really, but I think in competitive it's really strong. Being able to work with the pillar lets you set up so much on the mobile champions like Cassiopeia and Malzahar and all that.
Usually, though, what happens is the old Trundle Support got picked into melee matchups. Yeah. However, you've been picking it into everything. You just don't care. You pick it into super unadvantageous matchups like Karma, whatever, all these super range supports. Do you find that it hurts your team being unable to lane against that kind of stuff? I
actually never had issues laning against range supports. Usually, you can just farm, and then if they try and roam, you'll just pillar them, and they'll slow down, and then you'll be able to match the speed. So I never had any issues laning with Trundle, actually.
In the games today, how do you kind of feel about your bot lane versus their bot lane? You're playing against Apollo Special. Did you feel like you kind of outplayed them throughout the series? You guys won, so obviously maybe you guys were the better bot lane. But did you feel like at certain points they put up a good fight?
I don't really remember us ever losing bot lane. So I think just Laud and I are a lot more confident in our 2v2, so we were never scared to fight them. And a lot of the times we outsmarted them. There was one game where I think they wanted to swap, and we just sat in the bush and cheesed them, and we got a super good advantage with Trundle Sivir versus Jin Karma, which is a lane you should just lose super hard. So we got to head through that.
So you guys did lose one game in this series. It's the first game against Apex. Walk me through. What happened in that game?
As far as I remember, there was one point where Nar solo killed Laud around mid because he didn't expect the Nar to have so much damage, and they took Baron off that, and we just struggled to get back into the game after.
In both your winning games, though, it kind of felt like a lot of times the mid-tier teams, the low-tier teams kind of meander around the map. Maybe the win conditions aren't well-defined, you guys don't close out as easily. How are you guys working toward closing out games better with leads?
I think we're just a lot more confident in our calls right now. The last game was 25 minutes or something, and the second game was pretty short too, I feel. So if we just are confident in our shot call, just go through with the initial call, I think we'll end games a lot sooner than we used to.
I've noticed that Apex just generally doesn't pick frontline. In a lot of situations, if their jungler Shrimp isn't on Rek'Sai, then top lane just builds 5 damage items, 6 damage items, doesn't matter what champion he's playing, and they just have a really susceptible comp to getting initiated on. Do you feel like it's really easy to play around the style of draft?
Yeah, I think it's really easy if the top laners don't play tanks. I haven't seen Ray play a tank ever, even on champions like Aurelia where he should build tanky, he just builds full damage. So that's also another reason why I like picking Trundle into them, because usually the jungle's the only tank, and if you just Trundle ult him, he'll die instantly. So it's pretty easy to play around.
What's it like moving forward for you guys? You broke your loss streak today, but you have a pretty tough schedule ahead of you guys. Looking forward on harder opponents, what are you guys looking for? What are you guys aiming on improving the most?
We're just looking to have a strong showing, even if we don't win. If we show that like we can be a top team and contend with TSM and C9 and all that, I think we'll be happy.
Right now, are your playoff dreams still alive? You guys feel like you're going to take like the 5th and 6th spot right now?
Yeah, we're still looking for playoffs.
All right, cool. Do you have any final shout-outs to your fans?
Thanks to all the fans that support me and support the team. We'll hopefully keep this winning streak going.
You heard the man. Hopefully the winning streak stays alive. Scarra here from theScore eSports. You can find more content online or on our mobile app. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day.